As a music. Hi, everyone. Welcome. There it is. Welcome, everyone. We have tried a new stream platform here. Everyone, I am Dr. Jason Pape. Extra. Let's go. Anyway, chiropractor extraordinaire, Dr. Jason Pape, coming at you live right now on YouTube and two different Facebook places. We tried a new streaming platform tonight called Restream, where I can do a bunch of stuff. So I'm going to play with it a little bit tonight and see how it goes. But hopefully y'all bear with me. If you're watching live, please say hello. Let me know where you're watching from. Please drop a number 1 in the comments below if you have never seen us before. And if you have seen us before, please drop a number 2. And I'm happy that you came back for more. Looks like we have a few eyeballs on here already. So tonight we're going to talk about IV vitamin therapy. And that's going to help me segue into what is a pretty much a crisis that no one is talking about in healthcare. And I'm not being hyperbolic either. So we'll talk about that tonight too. So hope you're ready for this. So for those of you who don't know me, Dr. Jason Pape, I am a chiropractic functional medicine practitioner here in New York. And I like to bring education, information, motivation, inspiration on the regular. We've been back to doing every Monday a video. So tonight it will be no different. We'll be getting some good education. If you have questions, feel free to drop a comment drop a comment in the comments. Drop your question in the comments. How do you like that? So, feel free. I do ask for some call outs. Well, I'll ask you guys to put some things in the comments. Let me know you're following along, getting it. Because sometimes we hit some concepts that are a little bit tough. Tonight shouldn't be too bad. So let's see how this goes here. So let's put this little screen up here. Motivation Monday. Usually Motivation Mondays is more about motivation and inspiration than it is about education information. But hey, it's Monday. So tonight we're going to talk IV vitamin therapy. So you can see right here, it's about a method of delivering essential vitamins, minerals, and nutrients directly into the bloodstream for optimal absorption and quick results. So why we brought this up is that we do IV vitamin therapy here in the office. A lot of people have asked me about it even recently, like, why should I do IV vitamin therapy? Well, again, I've said this many times before, it's not always about what you eat, it's about what you absorb, right? So when it comes to your gut, not everyone's gut, you can't see my belly when I go like this, my gut, not everyone's gut is competent. Not everyone absorbs everything that they should. So we can talk about this in a lot of different avenues. When we talk about nutrition in general, the food you're eating, are you breaking down and absorbing the nutrients from them optimally? I don't know. And our food sources actually are very, different. They were over farmed, things like that. They're not as rich as they were a few hundred years ago. And even so, you can have a carrot grown here in Long Island, another carrot grown in Pennsylvania, and have very different nutrient profiles. So you could have in different places on Long Island have different nutrient profiles. So you don't always know what you're going to get from these vegetables, as an example. And then if you do take a vitamin, and it's a quality vitamin that's made to, properly be broken down and to be absorbed, which we'll talk about in a minute. Are you absorbing all of it? Or are you even taking a quality vitamin? So the cool thing about IV vitamin therapy is that you can skip the gut aspect and go right into the bloodstream. So you can give the body a dose of something it needs without having to worry about absorption. So a lot of times that can be really helpful for people. Just drinking. By the way, Vince showed me how to do this. I'm trying to find it. If you'd like to know what I'm drinking, you could always click on this little QR code here, or drop 100. The red 100 in the comments below, and you'll find out how I have such amazing energy, focus, and you can also get fat loss with it too. It's kind of cool. So I'm going to go back to the where am I going? Sorry, I'm trying to navigate into the platform here. So, and actually, I can take that down, right?
Yeah.
So I just click on it again. Sorry, I'm trying to figure this all out. It's my first time. I'm a restream virgin tonight. So anyway, my producer and my manager here, Vincent, is just shaking his head. It's just like I'm sure a lot of Trump's people do when he speaks. Because he definitely says what's on his mind, right? Like him or not, he definitely says what's on his mind. So anyway, let's not get political on Inauguration Day. Anyway, as I was saying, so IV vitamin therapy is a really good way to kind of get some stuff in. Now, a lot of people will use it for more things than that, because you can use it to, support certain systems in a way that maybe you wouldn't get through enough, oral nutrition. So I'll go back to my slides here a little bit. So yeah, you can do things to boost energy level. You can do it for helps enhance immune function, hydration, overall well-being. So a lot of times, some people, if they're a little dehydrated, they can do an IV bag to help bring that back up. People even do like hangover cocktails where they give the body back what it needs nutritionally to kind of bounce back from a night of too much partying. If people are not feeling well, sick, how can we give them a bunch of nutrition, from an immune standpoint, that'll boost that immune system, help them kick something out faster. So it can be really used as a nice adjunctive treatment, not in a way for therapies as well, as opposed to, hey, this person just could use more vitamins, give them a banana bag. Now, here in our center, our nurse practitioners that do the IV vitamin therapy, we make sure that we only use the quality vitamins. Like there's good and bad versions of all types of vitamins out there. So, for example, B12, cobalamin, there's different versions of it. The one version we do not like is cyanocobalamin. So cyanocobalamin is really a non-healthy version of B12. It doesn't really have a very good function, and it really can be a little toxic to the body. You want adenylyl hydroxy or methyl cobalamin. Same thing we take in a nutritional supplement. But at the same time, again, IV vitamin therapy, if you're going to have it, you want to make sure you're getting quality, right? Are we using a methylated folate or folinic acid, or are we getting straight folic acid? Things we don't want, right? So it's always important we're getting good quality sources of your IV vitamin therapy. There are a lot of drip bars out there. They're all over the place. They've been a big deal now. So make sure if you are going to a place like that, you want to make sure they're using the quality vitamin they can. Just because it comes in an IV doesn't mean it's always the quality, right? A lot of times we're thinking, well, nutritionally out there in the vitamin world, there's good versions, bad versions, kind of the Wild West. But if I'm getting it from a doctor and it's in an IV, it must be the healthiest version. Well, that's not really the case. All right. So always want to make sure you're working with professionals who use the highest quality vitamins in their drips. Okay. So don't feel free to ask them questions. One of the biggest questions I would tell people is these two things. Are you using folic acid, or are you using different type of folate, like methylfolate, or even folinic acid? Or are you using a cyanocobalamin or a different version? Tell me those things. If you can't tell me those things, then I don't want to go there. All right. Just as some examples, right? Some people want to make a dose C, do a glutathione push. You don't want to have glutathione with your vitamin C at the same time in the same bags. They'll counteract each other. These are the things you got to know. All right. So these are all some important things to know when you go to these places. Make sure you're getting a good quality practitioner. Sometimes you walk into some of these places off the street, and you may or may not get the people with the right education putting those things together, or really caring about that, because they're just doing it's a franchise, and just because you go to McDonald's and you get a burger doesn't mean you're getting a healthy burger. You just got a franchise's way of making a burger that tastes sort of good. Supposedly, I'm not a fast food guy, so again, your president might even work there occasionally. So I'm killing my office manager tonight. Anyway, it's just fun. We're having fun, folks. We're having fun. So while you're all watching here, if you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the comments below. I just get to say hi to Kathy and Vincent and Lydia. And guys, while you're watching this, if you think anyone else might benefit from this, please feel free to share this. Put it on your page, private message in a group, in a post, whatever. Share it out. Share out the link. If you're watching YouTube, share that link out with your friends. Say, hey, watch this guy. You can always watch him at 2x speed. He talks fast enough. You think he's already on 2x speed. It's like watching at 4x speed. It's kind of cool. So I'm going to go to the next slide in the old slideshow here and see what my staff has cooked up for me today. If the button moves. There we go. So again, faster nutrient absorption compared to oral supplements, tailored to individual health needs, like we mentioned before. Let's say you're sick, you want to take an immune drip, something like that, to help you bounce back better. Ideal for stress, fatigue, and nutritional deficiencies, especially when you have high deficiencies in certain areas. And the next slide. Key causes of we're jumping the gun. No. I don't want to let you guys know about the healthcare crisis. We're going to get into that. So some other types of IVs that can be done are a little bit more esoteric, but also really kind of cool and do some pretty amazing stuff. So I do work with some regenerative medicine doctors that do some pretty cool stuff. So some other things you can do, and maybe you've heard of these things, like some other things that can be done IV that are in the more regenerative, restorative medicine, this more anti-aging medicine, or things like ozone therapy or even a stem cell therapy. So ozone, basically, people can do direct ozone through the IV because it is a gas. It's not like you're putting air in your arm. Or you could actually drip it back in where they take some of your blood out, put it in a bag, you add some ozone to it, ozonate the blood, and actually you should watch. It's kind of cool. If you ever take your blood out and you see it's nice and dark and red, when you ozonate it, it actually turns bright red, almost like a strawberry margarita. So, but it's not. But you drip it back in and it has a lot of health benefits. So we won't go into those right now because, but they are very helpful things that you would not normally think these things could be helpful for. So ozone is pretty amazing. I get ozone every week. So we're going to talk a little bit more about, we talk a little more about nutrition and vitamins in general. So another reason why you might like IV vitamin therapy in general is that sometimes when you're out there in the vitamin world and you're looking for a supplement, you're not really sure what may be the best one for you. So you maybe have a specific thing you're looking for, and you're looking for, product X, and you're like, okay, I need this. My doctor said I need to go get this. And all right. And then there's 30 different companies, right? And those 30 companies, you're like, I don't know which one to get. Which one's good? Which one's bad? Well, this one's cheap. Let's get that one. I don't want to spend $50. I can spend $10. Why would I spend $50 where I can get 10? Well, unfortunately, nutrition is not, they're not all equal. So because they're not regulated by the FDA, which is actually a good thing for you all, because that allows you to get things right away, right? FDA is a long process. And by the time something's in the research where it gets out to the public, it's going to be up to 17 years. So if something in research shows some really beneficial nutritional thing, you can have it in a supplement right away, especially if something's already out there on the shelf. So why wait, right? But because of these kinds of things, there's not a lot of regulations. So you may or may not get good quality of a product. You may or may not get what they say is in it, may not be in it. So you might buy product X that is $10 versus $50 and go, wow, I get the $10 version. But at the end of the day, that $10 version, maybe a lower quality version of that product, may not actually have what they say is in it. All right. So those are the kind of things we want to look at. So let's say you want a B12 supplement and you're like, oh, well, this company, I'm not going to name names, is only $15, but this one's 30. Well, this one is 30. Why is it 30? Is it because they're just a bunch of price gougers? I mean, it's possible, but chances are they are probably a higher quality version from a source that does quality controls that costs more money. So one way you can figure that out is look at the bottle. A lot of companies will pay these outside vendors to independently test their product to say what's in it is in it. We call it a GMP stamp, a good manufacturing practices stamp. There are some other companies that do that too, that are not just GMP, but you can look for those kinds of things. You want to make sure when you look at the label, what other ingredients are in there. And then knowing kind of what the right versions are to get. And then if something's really cheap, chances are that what's quality is not great. You don't have to break the bank, but maybe somewhere in the middle. Or you ask your practitioner. If you have a good healthcare practitioner like myself who knows a lot of different brands, I can tell you, hey, I like these companies. I carry these companies because I know they're beneficial. I know their quality control, and I've researched them enough to know I trust this, right? So I'm going to put a little QR code up there. I deal with a company called FullScript. FullScript has a place it's almost like a little pharmacy of supplements where I can actually give someone a prescription and have them sent. They can have it sent right to them, whether you live here or anywhere else in the country. And most of the products on there are really quality things. And if you ask me, hey, doc, I need XYZ, I can send you some recommendations that you can order. And I know that they're quality. Now, there's plenty of companies out there I don't know. So I can't always say, hey, this company, I can't tell, but I can look at some things and say it looks good or looks not. Now, the other thing, too, we talk about absorption, right? So first of all, guys, while we're talking here, let me go back. You guys pick it up and putting down? If you're picking up what I'm putting down, feel free to drop a number 3 in the comments below. Let me know that you're following along here. And as always, if you're watching on any of the Facebook channels, you can feel free to, I don't know what I was going to say, share this on your page by message group in a post. If you're on YouTube, feel free to put this on your Facebook page or Instagram or whatever it might be, or just, share this link out to friends that may be finding this beneficial. That's how we say thank you. We appreciate it. So actually, I'm trying to find all my cool stuff I can do now. Let's see if that has it. No, that's not what I'm looking for. There's a way I can put this my ticker. There it is. Boop, boop, boo. So I dropped the ticker down below where you can find some more information on there. It should give us some places where you can find out where more about our destination for chiropractic holistic wellness. Yeah, I have some cool things going. Anyway, One last thing I'll tell you is that not all products will dissolve and be absorbed. And sometimes companies will fairy dust, meaning they may be research that shows these 5 or 6 different ingredients are going to have a lot of effect on this one thing. Let's say it's a product for memory. And there's like 6 things in that are all been shown in the research to be good for memory, but are they at a therapeutic dose? Probably they may or may not be. And if they just put a little bit of each thing in there to make it look like, oh, we got all these cool things that are great for memory, I should take this, but yet it's not enough to do anything, we call that fairy dusting. All right. And a lot of times we'll see that a lot with some multivitamins, because some multivitamins should have enough in there to help support the body systems. But if it's just a tiny little bit of this and that, what's the point? Like, to me, multivitamins that put like in general vitamin C in their multis, like 60 milligrams, that's fairy dusting. What's the point? There's nothing therapeutic at that level of 60 milligrams of vitamin C. It can't hurt you, but it's not really doing what you want to do. You don't say, oh, I take a multi and I get my vitamin C every day. Not enough, as an example. And a lot of vitamins, like specific like things like these one-a-days and Centrum and all that kind of crap, those are the worst vitamins you can buy, right? In general, first of all, if you get in certain supplements, you don't want them in one pill. There's no good one-a-day multivitamin. And the fact is they have so much stuff jammed in that it compresses so hard in the tablet that it doesn't even break down in your body. So I tell anybody with any kind of tablet-based nutritional, I don't care what it is, take one out, put it in a glass of water. If in 30 to 60 minutes it's not dissolving or breaking down, chances are it's not dissolving in your body. Now, I know you're going to say stomach acid, blah, 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 but yes, in general, if it can't break down a little bit in water, it's not breaking down in here. And the fact is when they put so much into one pill, they have to compress it so much to stay in there that it's so dense it just comes out the other way. So you might as well you're literally flushing your money down the toilet. All right. Here's all our socials you can follow us on. So if you're not following us on all these things, you should. You don't want to ever miss a thing that we ever put out there. All right. So take a look at that while we're talking here. But is that making sense, folks? Like when you take these vitamins, if they're not breaking down in your body. And then you're not absorbing them. Another reason why we like IV vitamin therapy, because you don't have to worry about that. But at the same time, why are you buying crappy vitamins, right? Glucosamine, chondroitin, MSM, those kinds of products, if you're getting them in less than 3 pills, most likely, you're probably not getting enough to do anything, all right? Glucosamine sulfate, you need at least 1,500 milligrams of that, right? So with the dose, you probably have to get in 2 pills. They'd have to be giant pills, or there's just it's so compressed because usually they're tablets when they're that small, you're not breaking them down, right? These are things we got to think about, right? Are we getting enough? Like creatine. Like you could buy capsules of creatine, unless you're a child or a little kid, like an infant, you don't get enough out of one little capsule. Ketones. If you're trying to drink ketones and you're getting them in pills, you have to drink have to have half a bottle to even make it close to what we get from one packet of serving. So not everything's all about the right packaging of the thing or the fairy dust like we talk about. The vitamins are not all made equal. So let us know. And that's why we like IV vitamin therapy, because we can avoid a lot of these issues, especially if your gut's not competent. Now, if you want to make your gut a little more competent, some basic stuff we always start with, things like probiotics, some digestive enzymes, make sure our body's breaking down our food, having a good colony of good bacteria, getting rid of the bad guys. Obviously, some food changes, things like that will help that more too. But again, drop that comment below if you'd like to learn more about that. Otherwise, click on my full script link and you can order anything you need there. Hey there, Dorian. You don't half-ass the care you give your patients, so why would you half-ass the products you suggest to them? Just saying. That's cool. I'm going to actually put that on the page here. Bang! Says Dorian Ranieri on Facebook. You don't half-ass the care you give your patients. Why would you half-ass the products you suggest to them? Just saying. You're right. I wouldn't half-ass. I will whole-ass everything. I promise. So anyway, let's go into the healthcare crisis no one's talking about. So what they're not telling you, and here's interesting, is a lot of IV places are having a little bit of a crisis because they can't seem to get IV bags, saline bags. And you would think, well, that's not good. But what about the hospitals? Well, that's the thing no one's telling you about. They're prioritizing the hospitals, but even the hospitals are starting to run a little bit low. That should scare the living crap out of you. So you're like, well, why is that? Why is there a shortage? Well, let me tell you. Asheville, North Carolina was the home of where we got most of that stuff. And get what happened a few months ago. Hurricane Helene came out and destroyed a major manufacturing facility right there. And we have made the whole nationwide supply of saline and IV bags are short. So they've been prioritizing the hospitals and minimizing what they can give to other people. These guys, my nurse practitioners right now can't get IV bags. They've been trying everywhere. All right. They're hoping in the next few months that they'll have back to full recovery. They're at 85%. But I'm telling you, from what I've seen, they're behind. I've been hearing some of the Northwell places around here are starting to get low. They can't find them anywhere. Like some of these IV places have been basically figuring out on the fly how to do this. And you can't make your own saline. You can't go to a compounding pharmacy and have them make it. You have to get these made properly in a special store. These places, I guess it's Baxter, the company has been kind of destroyed. Now, hopefully they're really getting back online and but no one's talking about this. If you've heard this before, let me know. And Lydia would know because, you've been around. Well, thanks. I'm glad you like the background, Dorian. And thank you, Amanda, for that shout out. So, but this is a big deal. Like, have any of you heard this before? Like, why? The fact that some chiropractor in Long Island has to tell the world that there's an IV bag shortage is ridiculous. It's not being talked about in the news. It's not being talked about anywhere. All right. Not good. Not good. Because it's one thing if your IV place can't get you an IV bag. Okay, big deal, right? It's when the hospital runs out of saline and other things, you should be freaking the F out. All right? Critical care, that's not a good thing. Hopefully this is coming back quickly, but no one's been talking about it. It is a little bit scary if you ask me. So let's go next. Why does this seem like, there we go. Or maybe not. Here we go. So again, what has the government done for this? They've been collaborating with the FDA and the Defense Production Act to try to get more made quickly. Again, healthcare strategy. What are they doing? They're conserving IV fluids, using alternates like oral hydration, again, when they can. But sometimes, eventually that you kind of need those things, right? Obviously trying to get better, increasing the supply chain, things like that, boosting production, and then policies to make sure this doesn't happen again, right? Well, I'm glad you're not thinking about going to the hospital, Kathy. But again, the fact that no one's talking about it, and again, the good thing is there's efforts being made here, but this is something people should be talking about. Thankfully, government's doing some stuff about it. But either way, I'm going to take that one down a notch. If y'all have questions, feel free to message me if you'd like, or drop them in the comments below. Why can't I get this back to? Oh, I'm hitting the wrong button. I'm hitting the wrong button, folks. I've been playing with all these new little things. I hope you guys like this new setup. And Dorian, I know you like the background. This is in the conference room. Next time you come, I'll show you. But if you haven't followed us yet, click on this little link here. I changed my QR code. It's kind of cool. So click on the link. You can follow us. I'm not sure. Where does that shoot us to, man? Oh, so there's a link tree, which gets all our stuff all in one place. You can link to all of our stuff that's linking on the bottom below anytime you'd like. But if you're local and you want to come check us out, the Vitality Center right here in Hot Bug, New York. If you're not local, I'm still here to give you information, help you guys out. If you want, you can always jump onto that full script link. I'm putting up there again now. And if you want to know about more what I'm drinking here, just click on this or drop that red 100 in the comments below. So I'm going to stop with these. I'm just liking all these cool little features I got now. It's kind of neat. So guys, I hope this has been helpful. If you found this helpful, you found this interesting, please drop a number 4 in the comments below, write helpful. And as always, the best way to spread the love is the best way to share. I can't speak. The best way to say thank you is spread the love. Share this out. If you're on Facebook, put this on your page, private message in the group, in a post, whatever. If you're watching on the replay, when we put this on Instagram, do the same. If you're on YouTube, subscribe to that channel. Like and subscribe. I got to say that. Like and subscribe. So I got the thumbs up. And we got the explosions. There we are. Like and subscribe. What can I do? If I do metal, what happens? Nothing's happening, man. Nothing's happening. I don't want to give devil horns, then people think I'm a Satan or something. Anyway, I'm going to stop babbling. Was there a selling drink today from Martin Luther King? I did not see one today, Lydia. I did look a few times, so I guess they're not doing a sale for that today, unfortunately. So let me just change this out. Anyway, we'll be doing this. We decided to use this streaming platform, so be excited for cool new features that we keep adding as we can. And by the way, if you're on here but you haven't followed us on X or TikTok, those are the two we need, right? We need you on there. We need you to follow us. In order we get to 1,000 followers on either platform, we can actually stream there too. So TikTok's still around, hasn't been banned anymore, lasts about 12 hours. And then X. please go on there and follow us. It's on the comments below. So Twitter's at Vitality CTR, and TikTok is at the Vitality Center. And please feel free to share, like, and subscribe. Well, I'm going to say goodnight, guys, and I'm going to say thank you all for joining us. And if you have any more questions, go to Vitality Center, give us a call, 861-864-2784, or you can even check out our website at vitalitycenterli.com. Love you all. Have a great night. Dr. Ketone will be out if I know where to hit the button to say stop. End stream.